Welcome to my channel Digital Challenge Academy with Rimanshu.
Welcome to the Explainer. You know, we've all been there, right? Staring at this absolute mess of data and wondering, how on earth am I going to turn this into something that actually looks professional? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay, so look at this. On the left? Yeah, that's the before. A total headache, right? Overflowing text, numbers all over the place. It's just confusing. But on the right? That's our after. Clean, professional, and you can tell what's going on in a split second. That's the journey we're taking today.
So how do we pull off this magic trick? Well, it all starts from one single spot. Seriously, I like to think of it as the command center, the mission control for making your data look good.
Now you could get there by right-clicking on any cell and then hunting for format cells. But, we want to be efficient, right? So the real pro move, the one that'll save you tons of time, is this little keyboard shortcut. Just hit Control plus the number 1.
And here's the best part. This isn't just for one specific program. Nope. This shortcut, Control+1, it's pretty much universal. It works in almost every spreadsheet software out there. Seriously, if you take away just one thing today, make it this shortcut. It's an absolute game changer.
All right, we know how to get to our control center. So let's start this makeover. First things first, that first impression. We need a strong, clear heading that gives our table a proper title.
And the go-to tool for this job? It's called Merge and Center. And it does exactly what it sounds like. It takes a bunch of cells, squishes them into one big one, and pops your text right in the middle. Boom. You've got a clean title that stretches perfectly across your whole table.
Okay, a super important wording here, so listen up. If you try to merge a bunch of cells that all have stuff in them, the program's going to get confused. It'll probably just keep the data from the top left cell and, poof, everything else is gone. So, pro tip, always make sure the text you want to keep is in that top left spot before you hit merge.
Okay, title's looking sharp. Now let's dive into the actual data. You know what I'm talking about, those really long descriptions or notes that just spill out everywhere and make everything look so cluttered.
Yep, we've all been there. The text is way too long for the column, and your first instinct might be to just drag the column wider and wider, but that can mess up your whole layout. The real solution, the clean way to do it, is wrap text. Just one click and it magically tucks that long sentence into neat little lines all inside the same cell. So much cleaner.
All right, our text is under control. Now for the numbers. Getting the number formatting right is absolutely crucial for making sure people can understand your data, in a single glance. So if we pop back into our Format Cells Control Center, remember Control+1, you'll see a ton of options for numbers. This is where you tell the spreadsheet, hey, this isn't just the number 45, it's $45, or this isn't just a string of digits, it's a date. You can even format for things like scientific notation. Let's look at a really simple example. We've got $10 here. Looks fine, right? But what if you're putting together a financial report? You'd probably want a bit more precision, wouldn't you?
And what's really cool is that for simple stuff like this, you don't even have to open up that big formatting window. Most programs have these little shortcut buttons right on the toolbar that give you instant control over decimal points.
And there you go, one click, and we've added those 2 decimal places. It's a small change, sure, from 10 to 10.00, but it adds this whole layer of professionalism. It just looks right, whether you're working with money or, say, scientific measurements. So let's step back and look at what we did. We created a great heading, we wrangled all that messy text, and we polished up our numbers. We've literally gone all the way from raw, messy data to a document that looks like a professional report.
And that's really the big takeaway here. You don't need to be a spreadsheet wizard. By just getting a handle on a few key tools, like merging cells, wrapping your text, and formatting your numbers, you now have everything you need to turn any chaotic spreadsheet into something clean and professional.
So your data looks beautiful now. It's clean, it's professional, it's easy on the eyes. But here's a question for you. How do we make it intelligent? I mean, how do we get it to think for itself, to calculate things, to update automatically, to react to new information? Now that's where the real fun starts.